So I've created a class called product sum having main method inside it. So let's start writing the method static int product sum, which will return us the product sum of the special array. So this will be having the array, the special array, which will actually be the list. So it's list, that's import list, and the other input parameter to this method will be the depth. So depth. Now in this method, we will iterate through the list and we'll find out if any object is a list itself, if object instance of list, then we will call this product sum recursively to get the product sum of that sub array. So product sum, and here we will pass this object which is actually a sub array. So object, and we need to cast it to list, and the other parameter is depth. We will increment it each time by 1, so it will be depth plus 1. And now let's add it to the sum. Let's take a variable called sum and initialize it with 0. So if it's a special array or subarray, we will call the product sum recursively. Otherwise, it will be an element. We can directly add it to the sum. So sum plus the element, which is object. And let's cast it to int. And then finally, when the sum is ready, we have to multiply it by the depth. So here we will return sum multiplied by the depth. And now comes the base condition, and this else block here is also covering that. So we don't have to write the base condition separately. So now this implementation of product sum is complete. We can invoke it from main method. So first we need to construct an special array. So let's take list of object, and let's call it A1, and let's create a list of elements 2, 3, and then again let's have another list A2 and then A3, and this A2 let's say is having 2, 4, and this A3 is having, let's say, at the first position at 0th index it's having A1, which is another list, and let's say it's having another element 1, and then we are creating another list. This is the list that we're going to pass to the product sum method. So let's call it array or special array, and now in this list let's pass elements 1, 2, and let's say at third position we are having another list A1, and then 6, and then let's say A3, which is again another array, but it's again a special array having another array as its element, and then finally 7. And now let's print the sum, the product sum of the special array. So let's pass array here and the depth, which is initially 1. Now we can run this program. So let's run this to see the output, and see we get 58, which is, if we calculate 1 and then 2, it becomes 3, and then A1, which is 5 multiplied by 2, 10, so 13, and then 6, which is 19, and then A3. A3 is again having A1 as element, so this time the depth of A1 will be 3, so it will be 5 multiplied by 3, which is 15, and 15 plus 1, which becomes 16, and 16 multiplied by 2, which is 32. So 19 plus 32 becomes 51, and then adding 7 to it gives us 58. So the method is working this way.